Perfection. Wow. Alright, I'll take it. Bears win again, and they go perfect in the preseason. They win 34-21 over the Kansas City Chiefs. And guess what? These wins mean nothing! Yes, obviously the Bears go undefeated in the preseason, but no one cares. Cool, you won 4 games. Does not mean anything going into the regular season. Of course, around this time of the year, people are getting excited about an undefeated preseason. Let me remind you, the 2008 Detroit Lions went 0-16 in the regular season, but 4-0 in the preseason. And the 2017 Cleveland Browns did the exact same thing. 4-0 in the preseason, 0-16 in the regular season. Now, obviously, that's not going to happen for the Bears. They're not going to go 0-17. I don't know if we'll ever see that, especially if the NFL is going to go to an 18-game season here in the near future. But that's not going to happen. But it could mean that the Bears may have a bit of a rough season. But obviously, that's all just speculation. Your record in the preseason really doesn't really mean anything. Like, for example, here, Chiefs didn't win a game in this preseason. Who cares? We all know they're going to be a good team this year. They are back-to-back Super Bowl champions. They're going to look for the first ever Super Bowl three-peat in NFL history. Well, I say the first team to three-peat in the Super Bowl era because the Kansas City Chiefs have a chance to do that. There's only ever been one three-peat. Well, quad-peat in this case. There's never been a three-peat in the Super Bowl era or in the championship era. Well, and where's the three-peat? It overlaps the two eras. The Green Bay Packers won the last 2 NFL championships and the first 2 Super Bowls. That's it. That's the only evidence in NFL history where a team has won 3 championships in a row at some point during the league's history. You can count that as a three-peat or not. I'm not the one that, that's just what it is. But, of course, the Chiefs are going to try to be the first team to do that in the Super Bowl era. Several teams have went back-to-back. No one has won 3 Super Bowls in a row. So this will be interesting. I'm really interested to see what they do this season. The closest we ever got to a three-peat was in 1990 when the Niners were in the NFC Championship game after winning the past 2 Super Bowls. And, of course, you got the infamous Lawrence Taylor hit on Joe Montana that ended his career in San Francisco, forced a fumble. The Giants kick a last-second field goal, end the Niners' three-peat bid. And, well, that's the closest we've ever gotten to a three-peat in the Super Bowl era. So it'll be interesting to see what the Chiefs do this year, whether or not they'll be the first team to win 3 in a row, or if, just like every other back-to-back Super Bowl or NFL championship winner, falls short of a three-peat. So, the game. No starters for each team played, kind of like the Hall of Fame game that the Bears played almost a month ago at this point. Tyson Bagent did get the start, played just a few drives, had a couple nice completions, but, of course, didn't play that much. I mean, of course, his day was highlighted by a nice rollout pass to Nsimba Webster that went for over 40 yards. Really nice pass. And that was the highlight of the day for Tyson Bagent, who looked really good. I mean, the more I have kind of experienced Tyson Bagent, and of course, watching Hard Knocks as well, the more I'm really happy that he's our backup. I really am. And so I think, that's what Hard Knocks has been able to do, is, shine some light on some of the other guys on the team. Make you kind of care, if you will, right? Make you care about these other guys on the team. And Tyson did play, he played well last year. He won 2 games. I mean, he went 2-2 as a starter last year. And, he looked fine here. I would not feel, of course, drop off from Caleb Williams, but I wouldn't be totally it wouldn't be a typical backup situation like, oh, great, here we go. That game's over, right? I don't really feel that way. I feel like we can stay somewhat competitive with Tyson Bagent under center if need be some point throughout the season if Williams gets hurt. So I think that he'll be a good backup option. Brett Rippon came in after, played the rest of the first half, threw for a little over 100 yards. He looked fine. But, yeah, that was the first half in terms of quarterback play. Austin Reed got to play an entire half of football this week, and he looked pretty good. I liked what I saw from him. A couple of nice throws. Of course, he had the lone touchdown pass by any Bears QB last night. And I thought, he looked fine. Nice little floater right to Tommy Sweeney in the end zone. Good for him. Got to throw a touchdown pass. Of course, his night at the Hall of Fame game was really cut short with the lightning delay. You didn't get to see a ton of action in the next two preseason games, so good to see that he got some action and of course, threw a touchdown pass. One last thing I'll do before going to the other side of the football. I'm going to highlight Velus Jones here. I know. Pretty crazy, right? I am a professional Velus Jones hater, but he had a good game. He rushed for over 100 yards, and of course the nice 39-yard touchdown run on the toss play. He continues to show that he has speed, and that's his biggest strength. He's got speed. He can outrun guys, but his situational awareness and certain other things has been where I've been really frustrated with him. Of course, my big thing last year, can't catch the ball. Now he's a running back. I feel like if he wants to be more successful and find a position on this team as a running back, he's got to be able to break some more tackles. He's got to be able to just spin around a guy. If he gets hooked around the ankle, be able to make a play and stay on his feet. It feels like every time he runs into someone, he's running it to the outside, stepping out of bounds, or most of his yards are before contact. I would like to see what his yards after contact are in this game because I don't know what it was. I'm gonna be honest, but I think that'd be telling. But I will give him props for having 100 yards, 111 on the day. Good job. Scored a touchdown. Maybe that's enough to convince Eberflus to keep him on the team. I personally like Ian Wheeler quite a bit. I thought throughout this preseason he's really proved himself to be a good extra option maybe on the practice squad. I feel like the Bears should really entertain keeping him around because I liked what I saw from Wheeler during this preseason. Also on a quick side note, Tyler Scott, 1 yard short of a 100-yard receiving game, had 6 catches for 99 yards, and he had one rush which went for 15 plus. So I think that he had a good game too. Couple nice throws from the quarterbacks to him. He made a couple nice catches. There was a really nice catch late in the first half, if I'm correct, if I remember when it was. That was from Rippon. Nice catch, over the shoulder on the sideline. We'll see if he's able to, be the number 4 guy. Because, of course, we all know who the top 3 guys on the team are, but can we have a solid 4th option if, things are covered well that we can go to in the receiving corps? So I'm interested to see where the Bears go, whether it's Tyler Scott, maybe Colin Johnson getting the number 4 spot, maybe Nsimba Webster sneaking in at 4 or 5. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But, of course, only time will tell. Now, time to switch to the dogs in this game. The defense. Oh my gosh. The defense played phenomenal. Again. Chris Oladokun had no chance to really do anything in this game. He threw 2 picks. Which, by the way, let me go through that first pick real quick. The Bears had 2 fumbles. They lost both of them. And they were both, and the Chiefs were set up in prime field position on both of those takeaways. And they didn't score any points. First one. Pretty unlucky. I saw that DeAndre Carter, if I'm correct, was the returner. Bounces off the back of his leg. And the Chiefs recover. They're inside the 10-yard line. Great. Defense has been doing so great this preseason. Finally going to let up a touchdown here. Second play on the drive, Oladokin throws and is picked off by Reddy Steward. Reddy Steward, not Stewart. But Reddy Steward goes in and hops the route, picks it off in the end zone, and the Chiefs come away with no points. Huge for the linebacker. I'll quickly go to the second fumble here. John Jackson III, the running back in late in the fourth, grabbed a pass from Austin Reed, lost control of the ball, was picked up by the Chiefs, and they took it about at the 10-yard line, gave himself another first and goal situation. Defense holds them for 4 straight plays. Ian Book just heaves up a bit of a prayer as he's getting torn to the ground on 4th down. It falls incomplete. And the Bears let up no points again. So they put up 2 big defensive goal line stands, and I'm pretty sure Eberflus is going to be really happy about that. But the highlight defensively, of course, you know I was about to talk about if you watched the game at all. Late in the first half, really late in the first half. Bears already up. Oladokin fires a late pass as he's getting hit behind the receiver. And guess who's there to pick up the loose change? Reddy Steward. And he's got all green grass in front of him. He takes it to the house. Pick 6. 2 picks for Reddy Steward. One of them being a touchdown. That's a really good performance. Sorry, Reddy Steward is listed as a nickelback, which Kyler Gordon's current starter. But I think he might be hopping up that depth chart. Maybe. We'll see. He's got to beat out Josh Blackwell and Greg Stroman, who were both solid backup options throughout this preseason as well. The defense, man. They've looked really good all preseason. Oh my gosh. They let up pretty much let up 2 garbage time touchdowns, and that's it. I like what I see. I really do. I mean, thinking about it, you know, a guy like Reddy Steward, who currently is listed as 4th on the depth chart for nickelback, getting 2 picks and a pick 6. It's pretty good, man. Then you think about some of these other guys. The other guy on the defense who got a pick 6 this year in the preseason, Micah Baskerville, is currently a second string linebacker. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from the linebacking core, just as a whole. I mean, you've got Edwards, Edmonds, and Sanborn as your 3 starters, and now you got Baskerville, you got Noah Sewell in there, and you got Amen Ogbongbemiga in there as well. I mean, those guys played great this preseason. The linebacking core is as good as ever. Secondary had a good preseason as well. Kyler Gordon, of course, we were really hyping him up after the performance he had against the Bengals. I like what the defense has going right now. Of course, as with last season, the concern is the front 4 and the D-line. Is Sweat going to be enough? Are the other guys going to be able to step up and get some pressure on the quarterback? Of course, that'll be the big question on the defensive side of the ball. Of course, Austin Booker making a name for himself. Hey, he gets some playing time in the regular season. I mean, I'm looking forward to what the defense has to offer because they looked great in this preseason. Of course, now the long wait of a little more than 2 weeks before Week 1 at home at Soldier Field against the Tennessee Titans. This is going to be good. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it, man. With the way this team played in the preseason from all spectrums, like they thoroughly beat each team that they played. Of course, the Texans game was suspended in the 3rd quarter, and they were up by 4 points. Who knows how the rest of that game would have transpired, but the other 3 games here, 33-6, 27-3, 34-21. Points on points on points, where in the preseason there are a lot of games. They're like 13-10, 17-13, 20-18, or 20-19. Got a lot of those lower scoring games where both teams aren't scoring 20 points. Bears put up 30 points in 2 of their 3 preseason games and were 3 points away from doing it in their other one. Of course, then you talk about the Hall of Fame game where there was only 21, but that was towards the end of the third quarter. Now, of course, all this is speculation because guess what? These games don't matter. They don't at all. You can be like, oh, great, they played amazing in the preseason. That's going to directly translate. No, it's not. It's not going to directly translate to the regular season. That's not how this works. Be like, great, the backups played well against the other team's backups. But that means you've got depth. And that to me is what I actually like about the preseason, especially when they look good in these second halves of these preseason games. Shows that they have some depth. And that if someone is to go down with an injury, some guy can step in and make a play or two and isn't going to just be completely lost and targeted on every play and just getting beat in coverage, missing tackles. Like, of course, they're going to be not as good as the starters because guess what? They're backups. But I trust that they can be ready to hop in and help out the team if they are needed throughout the season. So, the end of the preseason is here. The next time we see the Bears on the gridiron, the games are going to count. And they're going to mean something. Boy, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So that ends the 3 preseason reactions this year. First time I've done these preseason reactions for you guys. If you like them, please give me a like. And please subscribe to the channel. Comment that you like these so I can keep doing them. Because these are kind of fun. And it was nice to do it this year because of all the things going on with the organization. So who knows if I feel like doing them next year, depending on what the organization looks like. I feel like in the moment right now, it might be a year-to-year basis if I want to do them. Because sometimes, the preseason, like if you're in the Chiefs position right now, the preseason doesn't matter. You just won back-to-back Super Bowls. You know who's starting on the team. You know who's going to be around. Where this Bears team, there are a lot of new guys. It's a totally new system, especially highlighted by a rookie quarterback who is touted as one of the best prospects since Andrew Luck. So, I mean, there's a reason to be excited to watch Bears preseason football this year. Next year, who knows? Anyways, please give me a like, and please subscribe to the channel if you liked this video. And the next video I will be doing in this room is after the Bears hopefully win week 1 against the Tennessee Titans in a little more than 2 weeks. I will see you guys later. Have a good one.